So we're back. We knocked out alchemy yesterday or last night, depending on how you want to look at that. We sold off most of our spare potions, which leaves us, well, it left us 61. Since I was offline and it's tedious, I went ahead and stocked up on some gems and a bunch more. So luckily they don't weigh a bunch. But I spent about 21,000 or so on gems. So for this one, we're gonna dual smithing and enchant. I, of course, inevitably go the wrong direction on these. So you can see we don't really have any points into enchant. We'll grab the first one here, probably here in a minute. Definitely gonna want 60, and then light armor is on one side, heavy armor is on another side. I normally go up the light tree because normally I'm running stealth, so light for me tends to work better. And then we've got all of your armor enchants, additional armor enchants. This is kind of your elemental. And then when you get up here, that's a ton of fun because you can put two enchants on the same thing. And then you can go in here and you can improve them. Or you can improve them and then enchant them. So, starting off, obviously we have like no points in anything. So, we're primarily going to be going for highest gold cost. You can do the alteration one and start buying iron ore and converting it up to gold ore and then converting it into gold and running this way. While we've only got access to iron, I banded. Gonna be really annoying. So normally your first batch of levels, you just spam out daggers. The old players, pretty much what we did was just daggers. The reason is it requires almost no materials, and those materials are cheap. So we're gonna start by knocking out some daggers as soon as we're done talking to her. So basically, you can buy all of the leather and iron ore and iron ingots. Then you can jump inside, see what he's got. Ingots, iron ore, and all the leather. So we're gonna just jump in here, use the smelter. This converts your ore into ingots. Super helpful. Then we'll just start spamming these out here. Now, assuming we're not over encumbered, port up to Dragon's Reach. So when I was done with my alchemy stuff, I think I was at about 61, 62,000 gold. So I dumped 21,000 into just buying gems to shorten this process. Enchants, you can get them from disenchanting items, which you'll lose the items. Otherwise, just level it via rinse and repeat. 7, I don't remember, 386. That one would actually be useful. Go ahead and just do that one. So I have one on me. Now you can see some of the gems are worth a lot more, so we're going to go ahead and with that one, it'll give us a higher return. These guys, damage, actually. Never mind, it is stam damage. So you can see that that's worth way more. So we're just gonna... This is tedious. Because when you click on it, you have to actually select. Second here. Okay, not important. Alright, guys. Phone's going off for no reason. Alright. So you do have to make sure that you set the duration, because otherwise it won't let you. So this is kind of time consuming. Essentially, all you're doing. Rinse and repeat. So every time we go and craft another batch of stuff, we'll bring it up here, run the enchants, and then we'll sell it back. Now, we do have the Warrior Stone right now. Yeah. Technically, you don't need the enchants. I mean, especially if you go Conjuration, because then you're just running your bow and it never matters, but it's nice to have it for your armor. Being able to boost up those stats is always helpful. And if you're going the mage route, then you need it for your magic regens and stuff later. Not that most people go the mage route anymore, but you know. Also good as long as you got the coins to check when you're checking his inventory while you're up here. Ooh, too far over. Make sure he doesn't have any enchants that you actually need to break down. A little bit tedious, but that's power leveling for you. And then once you hit 30 in Conjuration, if you're running the bound bow, then you're set as well on gems. So you can always do this later, because then you autofill gems on kill, which is super helpful. long as you got the gems up front. I mean, this obviously is slow going, but it's not as slow as some of the other stuff. Trick is having the gems up front, so I normally start alchemy. Like having unlimited cash fairly easily. Now, if we bought more expensive gems, we could do that as well, but prefer to put those on higher tier stuff. He's sleeping. We're up here. Need any of that stuff right now. Alright. Back down below. Go sell some of these off. Buy a bunch more ingredients.
Got some good blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
So these guys are going for right around 260, 270 a pop.
I don't claim to be
The enchant part is free other than stone, so I mean, definitely want to make sure you got that going. Okay, let's see. This is gonna work with. Go out. Her.
Have you met my father?
Don't know why this generally works, but it's a funny little glitch. Alright.
I help my father. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Iron ingots, all the leather, all the strips. Sell her a bunch of stuff.
Until next time. You think all the blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right then.
Crazy weird Skyrim glitches. Gotta love them.
The finest weapons and armor.
Ooh, not ebony. And craft ebony.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Well, this is the time-consuming part, because... Hey, back here. We're obviously making way more money than we're spending. Which is a good problem to have, but it's time-consuming when you're doing this. But if you don't sell them off, then you get over-encumbered real quick.
All right then. Never should. Until next time. Need something?
And every once in a while she bugs out. What to him?
Most of our weapons, the finest weapons and armor. All right. What do you think you're doing? Crush, clock. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. What do you... Yes, the finest weapons and armor.
Archery. I need that. Couldn't need any of these. Cool. That'll work. Alright, back outside. Now we're gonna be colossally over encumbered. Okay.
I don't claim to be. Have you met my father?
I think good ones. Start on steel. Elven. Like normally when I hit advanced, I make the Nordic, and it's expensive, but
I help
it
my
is,
Take a look.
I think, worth it. All right. Obviously, we can sell all these and not enchant them, but that's enough to. Nope.
You think all
The advantage of going daggers over armor. Armor will level faster, but they're heavy. Oh, now that we've got Elven here. Dominant one. I normally go with the bow, so it's just 2 ingredients. You need quicksilver and refined moonstones. They're worth a good chunk. It's less ingredients, so you can be a little bit more specific on your buying.
out with it. The finest weapons and armor.
So, quicksilver and moonstone. All of those. 2 quicksilver?
All right then. Yes? Need something? Take a look.
Moonstones? That'll work.
I'll take my leave then. Out with it. The finest weapons and armor.
Moonstone 4.
I'll take my leave then. I'm waiting. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Ow. Nothing.
I'll take my
Alright. Here. Grab moonstone ore. Oh. Moonstone is not one of the common ones in her inventory, so.
Mm-hmm. Out with it. Looking to protect yourself? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? All right then.
Vincent repeat.
I don't claim to be the finest weapons and armor.
Will work.
All right then.
You can see that's chunking up pretty quickly. Carrying too much to be able to run. If I can hit the right button today, that'd be great. Alright. Over by 13. I break those down and I didn't. Are these? Okay, sell 2 off, go enchant the rest.
Take a look. Don't forget to
And you just hop back and forth for a while.
Go cast your fancy magic someplace else.
that now. Need that for later. Now you do hit a point when you're doing this, like if you go above a certain tier, obviously you start losing money when you sell stuff back to them because shopkeepers don't have enough. If you've got enough points and speech, you can up them a little bit, but it still isn't super helpful. So there's a point where is the gold worth more or is the XP worth more? Because you'll run into that problem fairly quickly doing stuff like this. And then if you do decide to legendary out trees, don't legendary out all three of them at the same time. You legendary out alchemy, enchant, and smithing. It's like starting from level 1 up again. Doesn't have any other enchants need. Alright. Back out.
What is it?
I don't the finest weapons and armor.
Need.
Don't forget to check inside. Have you met my Take a look. The finest weapons and armor. Take a look.
Go to sell stuff. Wait.
All right then. I help my the finest weapons and armor.
Wow. She does not want to give me those.
All right then. You think looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Stones. There we go. She's wanting to go inside because
Never
must be getting close to the evening or something. I gotta go.
got something for just about everyone in here. Give a holler.
Welcome to Warmate, the finest weapons and armor. Good doing business. We've got small. Take a look. Until next time. You look like me. You look like maybe you need a new weapon. Something. Most of our weapon. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Until next time. Last. You look like maybe you need a new weapon. Most of our. The finest weapons and armor.
Alright. I have to go back out. Rinse and repeat. little bit tedious, but that is what it is. Now, we can demonstrate. Jump over here. Must be out eating.
It seems this damnable Take a look.
How many?
You know, if
Okay, we'll reset his inventory and see if he gets one.
there's a tranquility. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Grab a greater soul.
Remember, your mind is the best weapon you have.
Just for demonstration purposes here. Now, if we go for Petty Soul, go one more time. So if we watch our bar here, it goes up by probably around a quarter. Go here, do the same thing. We go higher, it goes for quite a bit more. So obviously the level of the enchant does matter, so you would get somewhere a lot quicker if you're running higher tiered stones, but it does cost more. It kind of depends on where you're at with the game. I bought a bunch of cheap ones just because I didn't remember how many it took. It's been a minute since I've power leveled all of these. They also sell for quite a bit more because it's stronger enchant. Alright, dark out. No, we can't actually enchant them because it does require the refined moonstone plus the upgrade. But they sell for another 150 gold. So, wait until it's morning here. Unfortunately, this tactic does suck time out of the day because you're porting from down here to up top. So it counts for travel time. There we go.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. I don't claim to be the best. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Don't forget to check inside the shop if Have you met my father? The finest weapons and armor.
Nothing?
Until next time. Never.
Gotta love the RNGs.
I help my father. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right then. You think all the... Take a look. Until next time. Help! The finest weapons and armor.
Alright, go make a few more. We're pretty much doing this until we hit 50. Because then I normally run the Nordic here, and that scales real fast from there. So, we're doing on inventory. Alright. We're back up top, gotta do this some more. These two just kind of level hand in hand, because obviously you need items to enchant, so while you're making a boatload of items, you might as well enchant them all.
It seems this damn... I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this.
Useful.
You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold. There's a tranquility in magic, don't you think? It is simply energy to be harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so.
Now, if you do cap out your enchant and you want to free up some more levels, since smithing tends to take longer than enchant does, you can reset and legendary out enchant, and then crank up some more levels while you're finishing off smithing. Because I'm at 65 and like 42, so I've got a little bit of distance to go.
Got some good pieces. Take a look.
Sell this back to you.
Don't forget to check inside the... Help me! I don't claim the finest weapons and armor. Take a look. Until next time.
Now, technically, if we have the spare stones as well, we can also crank out some extra upgrades on it. Make them sell for a little bit more, but with our return right now, we're pretty happy where we're at. If we can get some more moonstone, we'll be in good shape.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? All right then. You think all looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Lots of ingots.
Until next time.
And when we get back up to glass, if you buy all of the tiers while you're going up, glass, I go back to the bow because it's another 2 ingredient and it's worth a chunk. Because the Nordic, I mean, it sells for a bunch, but it's also ingredient heavy. There we go, finally.
I'll take my leave then. The finest weapons and armor. The finest weapons and armor. Until next time. Need something? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Ooh, 12. That should be enough to get some stuff going.
All right then.
Alright. 15 bows. Sweet. Actually, over here. You do get bonuses for here, but it requires the moonstones, which is what we're having a hard time getting. So.
Got some. I'm waiting. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
It's 8 of those. I can port with 7. Now I stopped buying stones about 40,000 gold. So I mean, right now, just from doing this, we're down a couple thousand gold, but nothing crazy. And that's not including the fact that we don't have to, or that we've got a bunch of stuff that we can sell. All right, you don't have anything I need.
You should join the Mages College in Winterhold. There's a tranquility in magic, don't you think? It is simply energy to be harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so.
All right, pull these off. Chain at 67. Cruising right along.
Be glad you're here in the city and not out in river. Those bastards
Got some good pieces out. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Don't forget to check inside the shop if you... Well, I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Jorland Greymane's got that.
Yeah, we know.
Man's steel is legendary.
Come on.
All I ask is a fair chance. Have you met my father?
There we go.
Take a look. All right then. I help my father. Take a look.
Shouldn't need too many more of those. Should probably check and see where we're at with it. Oh, I've got plenty. I just need the moonstones.
You think all... blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
I think I need moonstones for the Nordic as well, though. Or the Quicksilver. Sorry, not the moonstones.
Take a look.
I don't think you need moonstones again until you hit glass.
Until next time. What do you think you're... Need something? Take a look. I'm waiting. Take a look. All right then. Take a look. Until next time. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Be enough to get going.
I'll take my...
Now, if we only do them 7 at a time, oh, I need like one more. That'll give us our 50.
Take a look.
You don't have.
Need something? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Sell off the rest of the enchanted ones.
All right then. Got some good pieces. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Alright. There's our 50. Jump up here. Gonna sell off this round so we can demonstrate the next round. Maybe not all of them. Most of them.
Until next time.
So, jumping down to Nordic. This is where I tend to stay. So we need steel ingots, ebony ingots, and leather.
I help my blades, helmets, pretty much
Ebony ingots, yes. Steel and leather strips, that's fine.
I'll take my leave then.
So we're a little ways into 50. It's most of a level. So when you can start punching those out, they go real quick. Now our base resale value is not great, obviously.
Pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Base is 802. So, another level for us. However, if we hop up here and throw some enchants on them, I want to say they go up to about 1600, so you can buy the ingredients for, and then basically sell one suit back and make up for it. Anything useful? Nope.
I don't know much. Only the old tales about the ancient
Wrong button. Now he's just going to talk and talk.
to defeat the enemies of Skyrim.
I know for armor, it's one of your fortify. 1675, 1615, 1601. I haven't unlocked most of the regions, so looks like it's going to be conjuration. Fine. Hell.
Watch the skies, traveler.
Reset to the morning. Alright.
Got some good pieces. The finest weapons and armor.
So we're at the point where we buy first. She doesn't have any of the steel. That's great.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need it. I don't claim looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Ebony ingots are expensive, so the weird part is generally steel's harder to get.
Have you met my father? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Plenty of those, plenty of those. Now we just need a boatload of steel. Now, if we craft these en masse, we're going to lose a bunch of gold on them, because as you can see, we've already spent a bunch of gold. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously we can recoup that if we need to.
You think all the finest weapons and armor.
But if I can do this a handful of times, it just goes quicker.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. I'll take my leave. The finest weapons and armor.
It should be enough to craft a decent set,
Until next time.
considering we already can't move. And then the other thing is, I think these take the ebonies to upgrade. Or, oh, quicksilvers. So you do get less on an upgrade, but because of the tier, we can do this, and that's also awesome. Now, if you upgrade them before you enchant them, you can do both. Otherwise, you have to have the perk.
Out with it. Take a look.
But when they're upgraded, we're at 1,300 gold a pop.
Mm-hmm.
So, good things to know on that. Obviously, she doesn't have the gold, so now we're stuck in the sell stuff off and run up top, enchant it, rinse and repeat.
Looking to protect yourself?
Because for some reason, these suits of armor are heavy. Now we're at the point where we're starting to take a loss on them just because of our skill tier.
I don't claim. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
So technically, we could keep an eye out for steel ingots, buy the steel ingots first, sell her one of those, walk out with a little bit of cash, and then be prepped up for the next run.
Have you met the finest weapons and armor?
Assuming, of course, she has it, otherwise we take a loss.
All right then. I help the finest weapons and armor.
Now, when we're done doing all of this, if you, depending on how you do this, if you still need enchant levels, then the best thing to do is to
I'll take my leave.
just craft out iron daggers. Go enchant a whole bunch of them.
You think all the blades, helmets.
And as soon as we get rid of that error saying we can't move, go enchant a couple of these. Probably only have enough for like one, maybe two suits.
Out with. I'm waiting. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right then.
Oh yeah,
Yes?
still encumbered. Couldn't possibly be the boatload of armor.
Until next time.
Or the fact that, you know, we've got a bunch of ingots weighing down our pockets.
I'm waiting. Looking to protect yourself? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Sweet. Oh, give me some more. So next tier is glass at 70. And then we can technically take this one, which I'm not going to do right now. And then dragons at 100. So these two are progressing right along. If we do the bows, then, I mean, we can get a lot more out. They just don't go up by as much, but it's a lot less ingredients. So, kind of depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it. Otherwise, of course, when you get down there, you can always just spam out whatever you've got left.
Need something?
Put out a bunch of weapons.
Out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
Another level for us.
I don't looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Now this is just selling them at base value, so without enchanting them, obviously we're taking a sizable loss. Helps if you remember to hit her first.
Have you met the finest weapons and armor?
I mean, the point of the matter is 30,000 gold is where we're at right now. It's still more than we're going to need.
Until next. I help my father. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. Until next time.
And if we finish out smithing, since we got the warrior stone on right now, then we can go back and change it to the, I think it's the mages one that does the enchant, because that helps as well. The other thing to do is make sure you stay up on your well-rested bonus, which I am not, so that's another plus 10.
Take a look.
Need quick stuffers.
Yes? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? I'll take my leave then. Take a look. Until next time. The finest weapons and armor. Until next time. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Until next time.
Alright. Hey, we can move again. You can get a lot more of the weapons. For instance, if you go daggers over the bows, they weigh a lot less. They're also worth a lot less. So there's a lot of those trade-offs to be considered. You can kind of do it however you feel suits you.
Come to Dragon's I had you figured for a mage. I think you
Those. Those.
You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
good piece. I don't. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Alright.
Don't forget to check inside the. Have you met my father? Take a look.
I'm gonna start grabbing moonstone because I know I need it for glass here in a minute.
All right then. I help my father. Take a look. I'll take my leave then.
Here. Right. Up to glass. Buff any of these. Oop. Perfect. So we also pretty much used the last of the ingredients that we needed. Because that bogs down your weight as well.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
No, we're not selling you all of those.
Until next time. Need something? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
You'd need malachite and moonstone at this point.
All right then.
I'm done a glass. And you bows. Technically, you can do the armor. It's worth a little bit more. 7 on the weight, 14 on the weight. Okay, this one's better to do the armor. So leather strips, leather, malachite, and moonstone.
I'm waiting.
Here. Put that up.
Got some good. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Doesn't have.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
1 second.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. Help! I don't claim the finest weapons and armor. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right then. Have you met my. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. I'll take my leave then.
It seems this damn. I had you figured for a mage. I think. Take a look. You know, if you've got the aptitude,
Sorry about that. I'm dealing with kids. Alright. Nice thing about glass is it's lightweight, so definitely
Got some good
enchant them and then sell them back off
blades, helmets,
without
pretty much anything to suit your needs.
having too many.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Yorland Greymane's got that on me. Man steel is
I do
legendary.
wait until she's done talking. Allocate moonstone.
Have you met my looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Wait. I have to go to Ore.
All right then.
It's easier to get the ore than it is the actual moonstones.
Finest weapons and armor.
Of course, as soon as I say that,
I'm waiting. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? I'll take my leave then.
I have to craft out a few more levels. More malachite. Weight's good.
Need something? I'm waiting. Help! The finest weapons and armor. Looking to protect yourself? Take a look.
Moonstone.
Until next time.
Now we got moonstones and no malachite. That's the joy of this.
Got some good pieces out here. Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. I'm waiting. Take a look. Don't forget to check. I don't claim. Take a look.
Now, I want to say the Nordic still actually gains more
Until next time.
than the glass does, but the glass is easier to work with. Even though it's a lower tier.
Have you met my father? Take a look.
We need a lot of
Take
malachite.
my leave then. I help my father in the finest weapons and armor.
Alright, that should be plenty for the moment. Be about what our inventory can handle as well. Get these guys.
It seems this damn. I had you figured for a mage. I think
Oh.
you'll appreciate this. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Enchant's starting to slow down, as you can see. And she went back in. It's easier when she's out here, because then you don't have to run back and forth in the doors and out the doors every time. Here we are.
Got some good. I don't claim. Take a look.
Here. Enchanted stuff for you. That's enough.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. Huh? Have you met my father? He's a
And our next one up here is 100. So at this point, it's just rinse and repeat until we hit 100.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy.
You go to work. Stand up. You.
I don't claim to. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
So at this point, we're going to run a combination of whatever we can retrieve
Don't forget to check
and
inside
just
the shop if you need it.
take the coin loss for a minute. That way we can switch to cheaper materials, power out the rest of enchant.
Or deal some damage.
So, buy all the malachite, buy all the moonstone. We see quicksilver, we're going to grab that as well, and steel ingots. We're going to run glass and Nordic.
You think? Take a look.
Feel like, if memory serves, Nordic runs way faster on the leveling tier. So, we're just going to rinse this cycle a few times here, and then mass craft out the rest.
I'm waiting. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Where's those? It's not.
I'll take my leave then. Yes? Take a look. All right then. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
We're starting to get lower on coin.
I'm waiting. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Yep. A good chunk of our coins. So I started at 40, down to 12, but I just bought a boatload of ingredients. And we'll hop down to the Nordic, build out a bunch of these. Sell off all this.
Need something? I'm waiting. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. All right then. Need something? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Got some good pieces out here. I help my father. take a look. I'll take my leave then. I don't claim. Take a look. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
When you hit up above 75, it's slow.
Have you met my
There's unfortunately
to protect yourself or
not a whole lot you can do about that. Other than mess around and learn what you wanna upgrade and what you wanna do. As long as you have the materials, keep upgrading stuff, because
out with it?
obviously that makes it go quicker, because you do get the XP gain that way as well. So, oh, shoot. I think I just screwed up. Yep, I just totally botched this and overrode my quick save. So that's fun. Where was this at? Okay.
Don't forget to check inside.
Luckily, since we keep porting back and forth, not too bad. Oh, wait, where'd we leave off? A lot more gold. Okay. We went backwards a little ways, but not too far.
Got some good pieces. The finest weapons and armor.
Alright.
All right then.
Whoops.
I don't claim. Take a look. All right. Have you met my father? He's a steward. Until next time. You think looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
So as we saw going the other way, it just kind of burns through our
Take my leave.
resources. So
Until next
we're
time.
gonna go back to just
You
in
think
glass.
looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
The other one wouldn't be sustainable enough to get going. That. What about? Problem is see the difference. Like this is 1 refined moonstone and 2 malachite. Dagger is 1 and 1, but it's worth a lot less. So I mean, the value is definitely part of it. Now on the original system, it didn't matter. So you could just mass craft out thousands of iron daggers and be happy. Those were good days.
Yes? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Of the stuff.
I'll take my leave then.
We lost a few levels. I think it's only like 3,
Blades,
but
helmets,
yeah.
pretty much anything to suit your needs. Until next time. Need something? The finest weapons and armor. All right then. Yes? Take a look. Until next time. I help my... Take a look.
Enough to make. Oh,
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
yep. Malachite
Got some good pieces.
up top. E2 on enchant and like 77 on smithing.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something.
Got some good, the finest weapons and armor. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. I don't claim to be the finest weapons and armor. Until next time. Have you met my father? Blades, how? Take a look.
Totally just bought the wrong column.
All right then. I help my.
When you get done with projects like this, especially with smithing, you do want to make sure that you sell all of your ingredients back that you don't need,
I'll take my leave then.
because some of those ingots are really heavy.
You think all the finest weapons and armor. I'll take my leave then. Blades, helmets. Aye, that I do. Need something? The finest weapons and armor. I'll take my leave. Yes? Take a look.
Make some more. There we go. Starting to get there. Just a little slow going.
Heard about you and your honeyed words.
To Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities. It seems this. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Oh, nothing we need there.
You should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Now, I do feel like if you go the heavy armor route, I want to say there's a couple more tiers. So you can go 50 to 80, 90 to 100. versus us on this side, we're going from 70 to 100. So it's definitely slower going on the light side. But to be fair, Dietrich is tricky to craft.
Everything all right?
Got some good take a look.
Right.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. I don't claim to looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. All right then. Have you met my take a look. I'll take my I help my father. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
We are starting to get low on fundage as well. The upper tiers get expensive.
You think all the blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your
So if I have to, I'll take a break on this and get back to it when I have some more cash, which won't take very long, but still. Blacksmithing is not cheap. That's normally why I don't start with smith.
I'll take my leave then. Yes? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right then. I'm waiting. The finest weapons and armor. All right then. Out with it. Take a look.
Enough to get started again. Her off her forge. So we're up to 80. This is where refining helps, because we just jumped another 2 levels just for refining them. To be fair, we've probably got like another 20 minutes doing this. If not longer.
Come to Dragon's Reach, take a look.
Nope.
You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Now, because we're crafting with Betty's,
It seems this
take a while.
conflict has claimed every
Not worried about it. Like I said, worst case scenario, when you're done doing blacksmithing, you just craft out a bunch of cheap daggers, grab all the ingredients, whatever you can carry, come up here and just mass craft them after you get your I think it's the mage stone that does enchanting for the extra buff there. And then you can literally just throw them all on the ground. Not that we've done this before, but it's viable. It works. And as long as I got more than like 2,000 gold, I can just go loop through Arcadia's shop and make a bunch more.
Watch the skies, traveler.
Got some good I don't claim. Take a look.
Hold on to those for a second.
Inside the shop if you need anything. Have you met the finest weapons and armor? I'll take my leave. Take a look.
don't think I need more moonstone.
Until next time.
Grab all the malachite here for a couple minutes.
Take a look. I'll take my leave then. You think all the council my father... Take a look. Until next time. Yes? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Until next time. Looking to protect yourself? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
There we go. On the malachite.
All right then.
Oh, and we need leather strip. That we're not hurting.
I'm waiting. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Have a boatload of leather. Need more malachite. I'm gonna grab that, finish refining them. And then we'll go up and...
What do you think?
Then we'll go up and enchant them. And...
The finest weapon.
back down.
I'll take my leave then. Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. I don't claim looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Damn those great names to oblivion. They want to back the storm cloaks.
It's also quicker if you've got your shout, so you can just print off the guards. You know. Technically, if we wanted to burn the point, another option we could do. We could take the enchant perks that allow us to do dual enchants there, but I want to say that's at 100. So the only nice thing about doing it this way, where you upgrade it and then enchant it, is you don't need that magic weapons armor upgrade perk at 50 in the smith tree. Here.
Hands to yourself.
Okay, since it's getting late, we're gonna speed this up a little bit. We should still have stone going.
Old friend.
Grab a nap and get that extra 10% going.
Much annoyed as the next man, but I'm no fool. I don't live in the past like those gray men.
So this will give us our well-rested bonus, which is another 10% flat.
Long life to you, Thane.
Supposed to give us our well-rested bonus.
Take a look. Don't forget to check in. I don't claim. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right then.
Just
Have you met the finest weapons and armor? Mm-hmm. I helped my father in the finest weapons and armor.
hey, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
85. Starting to get there. I'm waiting. 20. Right.
You think all the... Yes? Take a look. I'll take my leave then. Need something? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your need. I'll take my leave then. Need something? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your need. All right then.
Giving me the same list 3 times in a row.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? All right then. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Seriously?
All right then. What are you... Out with it. The finest weapons and armor. All right then.
She's being ridiculous.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
There's a couple.
Got some good pieces. The finest weapons and
I
armor.
only need like another 40 of them. There's a stack. Alright.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Sweet. Now we need a bunch more so we can go enchant or upgrade all of those. And then we'll go enchant.
I don't claim to be the best. Have you met me? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. I help than people realize.
Couple more.
Yes? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? You think all... Looking to protect yourself? Take a look. All right then. Need something? Take a look.
Here's a few.
Until next time.
Couple more rounds of this and we'll be done.
Come to Dragon
decorations for those with the talent to guess them.
Hey, there's a good one.
You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
One more. $78 here in a second. Man.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots. Good job.
Back down we go.
Got some good, blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Don't forget to check inside the... I don't claim... blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit...
Pretty much gonna buy Malachite until we're out of stuff to sell here. Because she's only buying one per reset.
Have you met my...
But to be fair, we're also not getting any Malachite, so...
blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Sell it. Thank you.
I'll take my leave then. I helped my father in more. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? You think... Take a look. I'll take my leave. Out with it. Take a look. Need some? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
I got 10,000 gold right now, so I've spent about 30k right now that I haven't made back up.
The finest weapons and armor.
Throw that out there, obviously. This one is expensive to level. Fine. More to upgrade that. We should be at probably 91 by the time we're done there. About 3 more sets of this, and we'll be in good shape.
Until next time. Out. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? I'll take my leave then. Yes? The finest weapons and armor.
A good stack. Hard.
Alright then.
Off. 7 and 10. I've been wrong before. Almost 91. As you can see, though, enchant really just depends on what gems you're using. You get the high tier, obviously they sell for a lot more, plus they level a lot quicker. He's had nothing that I did the entire time I've talked to him.
You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold. There's a tranquility in magic, don't you think? Maybe simple energy harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so.
Back down.
Got some good looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. Don't forget to check inside. I don't claim to be. Take a look. Until next time. Have you met my blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Start.
I help my father the finest weapons and armor. Until next. You think all the looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? I'll take my leave then. Never should have come. Out with it. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? All right then. I'm waiting. Take a look. All right then. Take a look. Until next. Need something? Take a look. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Yes? Take a look. All right then. The finest weapons and armor. All right then. Huh? Need something? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Kind of at that final push where we're like, alright, do we have enough gold to get through this? Oh, and we don't have the moon stones. Alright.
Got some good people. Take a look. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. I don't claim. Take a look.
Oh, we might have had enough, but we don't.
I'll take my leave then.
We'll be close.
finest weapons and armor. I'll take my leave then. I helped my father. The finest weapons and armor. All right then. You think all the counts looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Alright. About as low as we can go here, so. Let's see if we've got enough to. Answer would be more leather down too. I figure. At least that's cheap.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Genius, grab some leather.
All right then.
$93. Oh, 95 to 96. Malachite. Few more malachite. Might be able to buy them before I have to go enchant.
Need some?
Money.
Take a look. All right then. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Got number 1.
All right then.
Better than none. 94. So by the time we finish smithing this batch, would probably be 95. Close to 96.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. I know thieves' guild armor when I see it. You're not fooling anyone.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors.
Just make sure when you got split stacks that you're doing the ones that you've upgraded, not the base ones, because if you do the base ones, then you can't go back and upgrade them. And back down to go sell some more. I mean, she went back inside. We're gonna step in for a second. Now we got both of them in the same place.
The finest weapons and armor.
Come to you. Have any malachite? You have malachite. Some moonstones. Right. One.
Good doing business.
I don't claim. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Have either.
Stay sharp. Have you met my...
You look like maybe you need a new weapon. Something big, perhaps.
Blades,
An axe,
helmets,
or
pretty
a
much
great
anything
sword.
to suit your needs. Thanks for the business.
Most of our weapons were crafted the finest weapons and armor.
Oh, that's right. You get them inside, they've got a linked inventory.
I helped my father. What? You think all... blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. All right then. I'm waiting. Take a look.
That'll work. In malachite, right? And grab that. Guys, beach is going up.
Need something? The finest weapons and armor.
Grab all of those. I'll hurt that. Come back outside.
Next time.
And we are missing leather strip. Okay. Leather. Some leather. About out of core ingredients too. So we're starting to get to the end. Alright, now we need more moonstone. Uh-oh. We are just about done. One more malachite.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
Welcome to War Maidens. We've got small... Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
We're
The finest weapons and armor.
work.
Good doing business with you.
Now, instead of bulk crafting, we're going to drop to the onesie-twosie stuff. Close enough. Now, technically, I can obviously use some of these armors because I'm just running the basic Thieves Guild armor at this point because I haven't done any of the quests.
Hands to yourself, sneak thief.
So, I mean, can go that route. Normally, because I'm playing the Stealth Archer build, I will rock out the Thieves Guild quest, go grab the Nightingale stuff, go that way.
It seems this damnable. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Otherwise, of course, you can just
You know, if
make your own higher tier stuff.
join the Mages College in Winterhold. There's a tranquility in magic, don't you think? It is simply energy to be harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so. There's a tranquility in magic, don't you think? It is simply energy to be harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so.
Yep. There we go. Back to work, lady.
Got some good pieces out here. I don't claim. Take a look.
Alright, so we need a few more pieces of leather strips. 20 moonstones. Yeah. Here, how some of these at 1,000 gold a pop.
Don't forget to check inside.
We need a few more malachite.
Have you met my... Take a look.
Grab the moon.
Until next time. I help my father. Take a look.
Malachite. Here we go.
I'll take my leave then. think all the finest weapons and armor. Until next time.
Where that leaves us. Getting close. A malachite. Need one more moonstone and a bunch more malachite. Over here. Melt out that moonstone ore we just grabbed. I need one more, but that's beside the point.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Need something? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? All right then. Yes? The finest weapons and armor. Until next time. What? I'm waiting. Take a look. I'll take my leave. What do you think? Out with. Take a look.
And malachite. That'll work. That should.
All right then.
1, 2, 3. That's enough by the time we upgrade them here.
More inside.
Ooh. Oop. Not quite. Need more malachite. I figured. Going on. Oh, we're good. Okay.
I don't claim looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Traded. Malachite.
Have you met my... Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your need. Take a look.
Oh, now our legendary stuff is... I mean, our enchant's not worth much. Like 20 gold. But
until next time.
Our armor's just under 1,000, but that Nordic was 1600 base. Now, obviously, at the tier we were crafting it, it's not that much, but still.
I'll take my leave then.
99.
You think all the council my father... Take a look. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Yeah, so we got nothing left with it on it. But I've still got storage space, so hold here.
Yes?
Need probably like 7 more malachite.
All right then.
Watercraft over here, isn't it? Oh. I need 2 more malachite and another moonstone. Leather strips. Alright. Strips. Fine.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. I don't claim... blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Those. Probably 5.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. I'm waiting.
2 more and another moonstone.
The finest weapon.
So I need 3 more and another moonstone. There's 3.
Until next time.
So that was weird. Did that? Did it not register? Or did it just glitch out? It glitched out. Okay. Need 1 more moonstone.
I helped my father.
And if we're lucky, that'll be the last set we have to make.
All the
We make our personal stuff later.
or deal some damage. All right then. I'm waiting. Take a look.
Getting close there. Alright, by the time we refine this, if we're lucky, we're done. Up the bench. Here we go.
Need something?
Smithing 100. So, for to enchant this, sell off a bunch of stuff.
I'm the commander of the guard.
And then from there, it's just buy a bunch of leather strips, I believe it is, and iron ingots. Cheap and cheap. Come up here and hang out and burn through
Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing
a bunch of stones.
like the rest of the great warriors. It seems this damnable conflict has claimed everyone's passions of late. Me, I prefer my and my spells.
So we're at 83 of 100 here. Not horrible.
There's a tranquility in magic, don't you think?
I don't know why I'm looking. I'm broke.
Energy to be harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so.
Now, by the time we sell all this back to her down there, we won't be broke anymore, but that's beside the point.
Got some good. Take a look. Don't forget to check inside the shop. I don't claim. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your
Habits.
needs. Until next. Have you met my? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Lania. Some of this stuff. For instance, those guys. Bogging down our inventory here. Way overbought on those.
All right then. I help my father. The finest weapons and armor.
Because then what we're going to want to do is mass craft out whatever we can for iron ingots or whatever we can for daggers. Sorry. That way we can bring the most amount up as possible.
Blades, helmets,
And we're just going to take a loss on those and be cool with it.
looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. I'll take my leave then. Need something? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Already, that's going to be too much stuff.
Take a look. Mm-hmm. Take a look. All right then. I'm waiting. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. Until next time. Need something? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Alright, so we've sold all our non-essentials. We are at 1,000 gold. So this venture cost me 30,000 gold to level. Just throwing that out there. So it's good to know, just because it's obviously expensive. So changing gears to knock out the enchants, we're going to cut back over to the Guardian Stones. Alright. Back to Whiterun. Eat for her. We can go buy some ingots. Pretty sure it's ingots and leather strips, but I gotta check. Now we're going quantity over quality. Iron ingots and leather strips. Perfect. Break down the rest of the leather that we've got here. Much.
Got some good pieces out here if you... I don't claim to... that I do. Got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact...
We don't care about Yorland.
my
Let's go,
best
lady.
work.
I'm
Got some
freaking
good
out.
pieces
There we
out
go.
here, finest weapons and armor. Don't forget to check inside the shop. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith.
Okay, we're going inside because she's bugged again.
Have you met my father? He's the steward up at
Welcome to
Dragon's Reach.
looking to protect yourself or deal
Alright,
some
iron ingots, 25. That's a good start. Leather strips, 1. Good start.
good doing business with you.
I help my father. You think all the council? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Until next time. Need something?
Pretty much wanna...
I'll take
She's
my leave.
bugging so hard.
Out with it. Got some good... Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Don't forget to check inside the... I don't claim to be the best... The finest weapons and armor.
Nice.
I'll take my leave.
Now, technically, we could have done this at the end of our smithing,
He's
because
the steward up at Dragon's Reach.
it would have helped us level out, but right now, that wasn't the primary. How many of these we can get before we over encumber ourselves? The answer is all 81 of them. And we've still got room for more. That's alright. We'll start with 81. Jump in here, see if we can grab our well-rested bonus.
I trust you're not planning any trouble.
And then, because once again these are based off of the level, Morning. For whatever reason, it's not giving me my well-rested bonus in my own house. Very weird. Anyways, moving on. Because this is also based off of the level of the enchants, then we have our lovely potions. Which technically would work for smithing as well, but I haven't done the potion
Come to
yet.
I had you figured for.
We are going to grab any of these really large ones that we can. In the mid tier while we're here. Punch him and reload.
It seems this damn. Take a look.
At least grab a few of them, because we might as well. Those coupled with the potions make this go fairly quick.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to guess.
Or until we run out of money. That works too. And whatever of these we don't end up using. I mean, obviously the daggers we're not keeping. And then... I mean, you can see... Oh, here. We actually use the potion. It's not much. 15%. But on these grands, it definitely makes a difference, so... Actually, it looks like it just gave us the extra 15 levels, which I think they adjusted that at some point. So it's showing an effective level, but we're still crafting at the designated level below it. Now, if I can click on the right thing, we'll be in good shape. Now you can see that these slowed way down, going back to the basics. These are the bottom tier ones. So, I mean, they're still cruising right along, but not as well as the high one. Go figure. Nonetheless, I have a lot of them and we have a lot of daggers, so we're going to sit here and burn through them until we're out of those gems. And then we'll go sell off all of these to blacksmith. Make a bunch of money there. Come back up, buy better gems. And if I have to, I'll go make some. Now, obviously, you could technically start with enchanting if you're just collecting items around the game. You always want to break down and disenchant whichever ones you don't need, or whichever ones you need to learn. But the trick is filling the gems, because early game, that's a little tricky. And they're bloody expensive to just buy them. Like I say, I dropped 20,000 gold into gems, so. Looks like we're gonna have way more knives than we probably need, but we shall see. And you do get some XP for disenchanting as well. It's obviously way less than enchanting, but it is helpful. And like anything, it adds up over time. Less useful if you're just gonna sit and power level, but good things to know anyways. Right. Out of rocks.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old
Got some good people. Take a look.
Be the problem.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need. I don't claim looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
So now our daggers are worth 186 hop for the low tiers.
I'll take my leave.
Not bad considering what we bought the ingredients for.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Mid tiers are about 300. Upper tiers are closer to 500.
I help my father the finest weapons and armor. I'll take my. You think all the count? Take a look.
Gonna sell off all of these. And then we'll go buy whatever gems we can.
Need something? Looking to protect yourself?
And I'm
or deal?
probably just gonna make a side stop from Media's on our way up.
I'll take my leave. The finest weapons and armor. Mm-hmm. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. anything to suit your needs. Need something? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Sweet. Well, now we've made 12,000 gold, so I'm probably okay. Don't need to stop by Arcadia's.
Go cast your fancy magic someplace else.
At this point, it's just buy any of the gems that are filled.
Come to Dragon's... I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this. You know, if you... It seems this spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast.
That's all.
Remember, there's a tranquility...
This should be enough to get it done. Go take a look.
All right, then.
You couldn't possibly be the Dragonborn of legend, could you?
Yeah, potion wore off already. 30 seconds lasts long. Now, they say they're percentage, but they're actually no longer percentage. It's more like level, because when they were percentage, people discovered you could infinitely stack them. So you would use potions to boost your enchants, and enchants to boost your potions, and potions to boost your enchants, and you would go around indefinitely to the point where you could have like 14k AC on a single item. The only thing that could kill you was fall damage. It was immensely entertaining, but for some reason, eons ago, they patched it. Can't imagine why. It was fun while it lasted, though. '96. We are almost there. Buy a bunch more grands, and we should be okay. Of course, we've got the capital to do that. Have to go port back down and go sell some stuff, and possibly make a few more daggers.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors.
Go buy what we can for grands, raiders.
Seems this damnable... I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this.
Raiders. Perfect. Enough to do at least one more round on that, and then we'll see where we're at.
There's a tranquility in magic. Take a look. Remember, your mind is the best weapon you have.
Might need to make some more daggers. 97. Probably need to make like another 10, 20 daggers. Alright, back down we go.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been
Got
too
some
long
good
since we've had
looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Perhaps she has a reset.
Back inside the
Reset.
I don't claim to looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Yes, that'll work. Strips, that'll work.
I'll take my leave then. Have you met my father? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Until next time. I help my father in more ways than people you think all blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Until next time. Take a look.
We can sell that one, I guess.
Until next time. Take a look.
4,500. Gonna quite do what I want it to.
All right then.
Alright, that's fine. We'll side stop quick.
Take a look.
Craft out everything we've got here for iron daggers. Better to have too many than not enough, I guess. Alright. Make a quick side stop up here.
I'm the commander of the guard here in Whiterun.
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days?
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
Oh, and all our stuff reset. Sweet.
Stored away.
I haven't been in here in a minute, obviously. Just... Otherwise all this stuff would be gone. What to do?
If there's anything I can help you with, you have but to ask.
No, I'm fine helping myself, thanks. For some reason, the stuff right in front of her, she tends to notice when it goes missing. I don't know why.
You look so you're interested in my
Alright.
potions and ingredients?
This is our quick money stop.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
Let's see. Fortify anything.
You'll find tonics, salves, poultices, and potions on their shelves.
Minor detour.
Potions and ingredients? All right then. I have so you're an alchemist then. Come back any maybe a hearty so you're an alchemist then. Farewell. Yes? Take a look. Good day. What do you need? So you're an alchemist then. Farewell. Need something? So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Good day. What do you need? Take a look. Farewell. Yes? So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Good day. What do you need? So you're an alchemist then. Until next time. Need something? So you're an alchemist then. Farewell. Take a look. All right then. What do you need? Take a look. Farewell. Take a look. Good day. What do you need? So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
And save.
Farewell. So you're an alchemist then. Farewell. Pardon me. So you're an alchemist then.
Alright.
All
There's
right.
like 8,000 gold for
If there's anything I can help you
single batch of ingredients. And my potions aren't even capped out, so that can go higher. It also goes higher when you actually make specific potions, but as none of the merchants can afford to buy them, there's no point. When you start getting, 1,500 gold to, 4,000 gold potions running and they carry 500 gold, so you level up your speech, it's really not worth it. But
Come to
now that we're
Dragon's
here,
It seems this damnable conflict has claimed everyone's passions of late. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
good readers, I will take. Brands, I will take. Everything else can stay here. I'd like to get this wrapped up for you guys.
There's a tranquility. Take a look. Remember, something? Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Until next time. Good afternoon. I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this.
Alright. See if that's enough.
Good day.
Oh, I sold all my potions. I think I used the last of my enchant potions anyway. So, back to this. Oh yeah, that'll be enough. And then some. I think. 8. Gonna be close. Might be a little short still. Five more to go. Gonna be about 2-3 gems short, it looks like. Easy enough to fix. Where'd he go? Always eating, I swear.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss. Help! It seems this damn. Take a look.
Alright. Do it this way.
Got the aptitude. You should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Alright. That is level 100. So now the trick is go sell it and see how much that cost us. I started with about 61,000 gold. I just made like another 8, so I'm pushing 69 or so thousand gold in to level out smithing and enchant. Obviously, depends on items and depends on which gems you're getting and da 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 da. But still, not cheap.
The finest weapons and armor. Good doing business. You look like looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. All right then. Most of our the finest weapons and armor. Crush. Take a look. All right then. Yes, the finest weapons and armor. Until next time. What?
I fat fingered that one.
Huh? The finest weapons and armor. All right then. Yes? Blades. much anything to suit your needs.
Alright, so got all my stuff sold back off. I'm at 5,700 gold out of about 69,000 gold. So for simple math, let's call that 63,000 gold spent today for leveling out blacksmithing and enchants. So there's those two. At this point, level up some health a few more times. Magic. We got enchanted 100. We got smithing at 100. One-handed, obviously, we haven't spent any time doing. Archery, we're getting there. Sneaks at 100. Speech is buffed, so it's not actually at 95. Alchemy's at 100. And we need conjuration up to 30. So those are our next projects to work on. But for the moment, at least now you can make your own gear and get it buffed and enchanted how you see fit. And like I said, I still haven't made anything for myself. I'm just running. That's why our speech is higher. I haven't done anything yet for my own character other than I got my bow. So, with that, I'm going to log off for the night. It's getting late, and I will come back in another day and knock out some more videos on some other tree, I'm sure. I think next one's up. Right now, I'm going to be probably leveling pickpocket and lockpicking because I've got access to the Thieves Guild. And then you can always jump into the college and start the other schools as well. So, anyways, I'm going to go back to Arcadia's here, and then while I'm not on video, go make a bunch more money because that's why I put points into alchemy, so I can make money. Plus, I need to go fence all that stuff I stole from her. So, with that, I'm off of here. You guys have a good night, and I will talk to you guys later on.